If you want to start getting paid for your photography, there is one huge mistake you cannot afford to make. I see so many beginner photographers falling into this trap, and it's honestly the quickest way to kill your growth, and it's stopping you from landing paid photography clients. You may be thinking that I'm about to tell you some technical photography tip, but you are wrong. I'm not gonna talk about lighting, I'm not gonna talk about composition. This mistake is way more subtle, but it's super important because it can make or break your photography career. This mistake has nothing to do with how sharp your photos are, how well you edit, or even what kind of gear you have. It's about your mindset and how you present yourself to the world as a professional photographer. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner and you just started, or you are taking pictures for a while. This mistake may stop you from ever making a living with your camera. And it's something I wish I learned many years ago when I started my photography career in London over a decade ago. So what is this mistake I'm talking about? It's undercharging, or even worse, shooting for free. But let me explain this, because I still shoot for free from time to time. I do collaborations, and this is a very delicate topic I'm gonna explain in today's video. And I'm gonna tell you when you should work for free, when you shouldn't, and what to do instead if you are a beginner and you don't know how to start getting paid. The danger of free work. You may think that shooting for free is great to build a portfolio. And actually, this is something I always tell you on my channel, that you should get collaborations to build an incredible portfolio. But at the same time, you have to be very careful with this, because people may perceive it like your work isn't valuable enough. Obviously, people are gonna think right away that you are a beginner, and you don't want that. So make sure when you are shooting for free, you are actually building a portfolio you are interested in. Because in my one-to-one mentorships, there are so many cases already. You guys are making this mistake. You are shooting whatever you want for free. And many times, for example, if your photography niche, it's like me, for instance, creative portrait photography, you're not gonna be shooting family shots, which are like very normal headshots, because you are not interested about those kind of photos for your portfolio. So don't work for free in that instance. And if, for example, you have a creative portrait shooting and you want the portfolio, do it for free, because it's gonna be very valuable for your portfolio. Otherwise, don't do it. Why would you do that? Get paid at least a little bit, but I'm gonna explain this further later when I tell you what you should do instead. But don't get stuck shooting for free all the time, because let me tell you, it's very hard to get out of that loop, because I've been there. And in one of my exclusive videos in my private community, I told you one specific situation I had in London with one DJ and producer. Basically, I was shooting with him, and when he came to my home photography studio, he told me, "Laura, you are charging me £250, and I've just been with this other DJ, a very big DJ in London, and he just paid to his photographer £3,000. And then he told me, "Laura, your photos are way better than this photographer." And I don't like to talk bad about other photographers at all. We are not competitors. But I checked his photos and I was like, I can do way better than this. And I'm charging £250. So when a client tells you this, there is something very wrong with your photography business, and it was a wake-up call for me. So as you can tell, I did so many mistakes as well. It's totally normal. So please don't make this mistake yourself. How undercharging undermines your credibility. Pricing yourself too low can make your clients question your professionalism of your service, your vision, and effort. If you don't value your own work, potential clients will never. And I've learned this the very hard way as well. I told you I was underpricing myself a lot, and the wake-up call was when my client told me that, the situation I told you about right now, about my fees. And what I did, because I was very upset with myself, is not charging a bit more. I went double right away, which is a lot, you would say. And many people are scared of doing this. I was scared of doing this, but I was like, no, there is no way someone is getting £3,000 and I'm better than this person and I'm charging 250. There is no way. I will never make it in the photography industry if I keep doing this to myself. And guess what happened when I raised my fees to double the price? Clients started to respect them. I used to get clients, like they were very cheap because my fees were cheap, and on top of that, they were trying to lower the price. But when I said this new price, nobody was trying to lower the fee. Apart of a few of them, obviously there are always people like that, but they were very respectful when I told them, sorry, my minimum fee, it's this one. And they were like, Laura, I totally understand your fees. Actually, what I'm going to do is save a little bit of money. They even told me that because I really want to shoot with you. This is the goal. And I unlocked it by valuing my work. And it took me years. So don't worry, because at the beginning it's normal. But please don't undervalue yourself, because it's not going to value you. And I know it's very overwhelming to find out how much to charge when you are a beginner and when you are growing and when you become professional. It's very complicated. And this is a very common mistake I keep seeing as well in my one-to-one mentorships. You never know when to start getting paid or how much you should charge. And I totally get it, because I've been there myself. And when I started in photography, there was no YouTube, there was no Instagram, there was not these incredible platforms where you can learn a lot. So I had to go through all the freaking mistakes possible. And that's the reason why I created this channel. And I'm creating an amazing course that is gonna pack everything you need to start making a living from your camera. If you are with me for a while, you know that I've been talking about this course for a long time. I recorded it in London when I was still living in London. It's taking me way more than expected, because obviously I have to keep with my weekly YouTube videos, with my private community, with my free creative newsletters. I write them myself. The mentorships, the clients I have as well, like I do everything myself. For now at least, I don't have anyone to help me out. So that's why the course is taking me a little longer, but I promise it's going to be worth it, because I include everything you need to start making a living with your camera. I teach you how to price yourself from beginner to pro. I teach you negotiation skills. I teach you how to pitch an email to make sure potential clients come back to you. And I even give you my personal pitching emails, the ones I use to get clients, for you to customize them and make them your own as well. I even created customizable media kits for you to present yourself as a professional photographer. And obviously, I teach you how to do it as well. A part of giving you the templates, I also teach you how. And I teach you as well how to build a client database, how to find clients for your niche, everything I struggled with in London to become a full-time freelance photographer and creative director. It's gonna be in that course. So I don't know when I'm gonna release it. I'm not gonna promise anything anymore, because my life is crazy here. I'm very busy, which is very good and very positive, but probably before the end of the year. And for 1 week, I'm gonna launch a 40% off. So please join the newsletter below, because you're going to be able to get a 40% discount. And don't be that scared of newsletters. Many people are, I don't know why. You can unsubscribe anytime if you get bored of me. And I don't think you will, because I don't have the time to send many newsletters. Maybe just once per month, maybe when I'm gonna release the course a little bit more, just to show you what is gonna be in the course, but that's it. So what you should do instead? There are a few options. I'm gonna tell you the best ones. The first one would be to always set a minimum price. You don't need to charge a lot of money right away, because obviously you are a beginner, but always set a minimum rate that is quite fair for you and for the client, and represents the value you're gonna give. Because if you do it for free, they're gonna think right away you just started. And even if this is true, you shouldn't do that, because you are still investing your time. Obviously, as I mentioned before, if it's a collaboration because it's gonna benefit you, that's totally fine. Always charge something that is going to represent the value you have right now. That way your client is gonna respect you, and you're not gonna be like the free photographer to go to in your area, because you don't want this, because it's very hard to get out of it. The other option is offer a discounted price for a very limited time. This is a great way for people to value your work, because they know you are getting paid anyway, and because you're a beginner, you are just gonna do it for a limited time, 1 week, 1 month, even 3 months, and that's it. But that way, you're going to build your portfolio while getting paid. And creating a sense of urgency, it's very good to get clients, because obviously people don't want to miss out on offers. And another option I love as well is exchanging your photography services for another service. So you do something for someone and that person do something for you. So for instance, maybe you want to shoot in a beautiful venue and that venue needs photos. you can shoot the photos of the venue in exchange for you to be able to shoot with a client in that venue, for instance. So there are many options for this. This is something I still do, and I'm doing it in Bali. In exchange for more photography services, I'm able to stay in luxury places. And this is great because for me, as a content creator as well, I can bring you amazing videos, I can teach you photography, and at the same time, I'm staying in beautiful places. And there is an exclusive video in my private community that I share with my amazing supporters where I explain how you can do this too. Travel the world for free in exchange for your photography services. And I even included for free my exact pitching email to get free stays and even paid stays as well. And don't worry, because even if you are not a supporter and you are not in my private community, even though you cannot watch the video where I explain everything, you still can get my email template for a very small donation. For my supporters, it's for free, obviously, but if you don't want to join, that's totally fine. You can still get it. I'm gonna put the link to my private community below if you want to take a look. If you decide to join and support this channel, you are going to unlock all the resources I put there, all my past exclusive videos, and my future videos, obviously. But basically, what I want you to take in this video is that you should get paid for your work. No matter if you are a beginner, your gear costs money, your time costs money, your talent costs money. Not being amazing at it for now doesn't mean that you don't deserve the money, because you are putting so much love, because nobody talks about this, but we put so much love into what we do, so much effort, time, travel sometimes, because you have to pay travel expenses as well, and editing software and many other things. So don't lose money. Charge a little bit or do these other things I told you about in today's video. And if you need more help because you don't know which steps to follow as a beginner to become a paid photographer, check out this video I'm gonna put here, because I explain an exact roadmap to become a paid photographer the quickest way. As always, subscribe to my channel if we share the same passion, and like the video because it helps me a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Big love from Bali.